All Is Song by Samantha Harvey, narrated by Griffin.
Chapter 1. They've come. They've come, he was thinking. And there they were, all around him, spinning through the darkness and lighting the darkness. It was all just an illusion, they said. You weren't ever alone. How happy he was to hear it. He opened his eyes to their bright limbs and was repeating to himself that saying, "Nothing happens until something moves. And thinking, therefore, I must move." Lovely formless limbs wrapping around him, or were they just drifts of light? Extraordinary beauty, anyhow. Extraordinary. Behind him a sound drew on his mind and stole his rest away. A semicircular sound that scooped anxious shapes into his thoughts, and began, though reluctantly, to make sense to him. I know this sound. I must move. Then he opened his eyes and sat up. These were the first bruised moments of waking, the moments when the sleep-softened brain was so susceptible to fear, and the world was at its least consoling. He spent these few moments thinking hell had come. "Ah, Leo, how ridiculous you are," he thought. "Hell and all. You only ever think like this when your back foot is still in a dream." There was the ululating of the sirens that had woken him up. The room was on fire, he told himself, but it was a lazy warning. There was no heat, and there were no flames. He got up and went to the open window. The view showed smoke not more than half a mile away to the east. It was pushing the night apart with a strange, muscular solidity. It could have been any number of buildings. The residential streets between there and Shoreditch would pass fire freely between their terraces. There was the school, and the shopping streets, and the hospital, though he had to hope not the hospital. The idea alone could make one shudder, and yet, no. Thankfully, the hospital wasn't quite there. It was much further south towards St. Paul's. He opened the window wider, and the air was warm and smelt burnt, and the sirens pitched deep along the street. He closed it entirely. He went back to the sofa where he'd been sleeping. But for his underwear he was naked by the necessity of the heat, and still he was too hot. Such a queerly warm July it had turned out to be, and too hot to have the window closed. He lay down.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?